Bayeux is a commune in the Calvados department in Normandy in northwestern France. Bayeux is the home of the Bayeux Tapestry, which depicts the events leading up to the Norman conquest of England. Administration. Bayeux is a sub-prefecture of Calvados. It is the seat of the arrondissement of Bayeux and of the canton of Bayeux. Location. Bayeux is located 7 kilometers from the coast of the English Channel and 30 kilometers northwest of Caen. The city, with elevations varying from 32 to 67 meters above sea level with an average of 46 meters, is bisected by the river Ory. Bayeux is located at the crossroads of RN13 and the train route Paris-Caen-Cherbourg. The city is the capital of the Bessin, which extends northwest of Calvados. Etymology. The city was known as Augustodrome in the Roman Empire. It means the Durum dedicated to Augustus, Roman Emperor. The Celtic word duron, Latinized as durum, was probably used to translate the Latin word forum. In the late Empire it took the name of the Celtic tribe who lived here, the Bodio-Cassi, Latinized in Barjo-Cassi, Barjocases, and this word explains the place names Bayeux and Bessin. Bodio-Cassi has been compared with Old Irish Buady-Chas, with blonde locks. History. Origins. Founded as a Gallo-Roman settlement in the 1st century BC under the name Augustodrome, Bayeux is the capital of the former territory of the Bodio-Cassi people of Gaul, whose name appears in the writings of Pliny the Elder. Evidence of earlier human occupation of the territory comes from fortified Celtic camps, but there is no evidence of any major pre-existing Celtic town before the organization of Gaul in Roman civitates. Any settlement was more likely confined to scattered Druid huts along the banks of the Ory and Drôme rivers or on Mount Faunus where they worshipped. Cemeteries have been found on the nearby Mount Faunus indicating the area as a Druid center. Titus Sabinus, a lieutenant of Julius Caesar, subjected the Bessin region to Roman domination. The town is mentioned by Ptolemy, writing in the reign of Antoninus Pius under the name Nomagus Bigicassium, and remained so until the time of the Roman Empire. The main street was already the heart of the city. A pair of spars under the Church of St. Lawrence and the Dairy Street post office and a sculpted head of the goddess Minvera have been found attesting to the adoption of Roman culture. In 1990, a closer examination of huge blocks discovered in the cathedral in the 19th century indicated the presence of an old Roman building. Bayeux was built on a crossroads between Lisieux and Valognes, developing first on the west bank of the river. By the end of the 3rd century, a walled enclosure surrounded the city until it was removed in the 18th century. Its layout is still visible and can be followed today. The citadel of the city was located in the southwest corner and the cathedral the southeast. An important city in Normandy, Bayeux was part of the coastal defense of the Roman Empire against the pirates of the region, and a Roman legion was stationed there. Middle Ages. The city was largely destroyed during the Viking raids of the late 9th century but was rebuilt in the early 10th century under the reign of Bothan. The 11th century saw the creation of 5 villages beyond the walls to the northeast, evidence of its growth during ducal Normandy. William the Conqueror's half-brother Odo, Earl of Kent, completed the cathedral in the city and it was dedicated in 1077. However, the city began to lose prominence when William placed his capital at Caen. When King Henry I of England defeated his brother Robert Curthose for the rule of Normandy, the city was burned to set an example to the rest of the duchy. Under Richard the Lionheart, Bayeux was wealthy enough to purchase a municipal charter. From the end of Richard's reign to the end of the 100 Years' War, Bayeux was repeatedly pillaged until Henry V of England captured of the city in 1417. After the Battle of Formigny, Charles VII of France recaptured the city and granted a general amnesty to its populace in 1450. The capture of Bayeux heralded a return to prosperity as new families replaced those decimated by war, and these built some 60 mansions scattered throughout the city. with stone supplanting wood. Post-medieval, the area around Bayeux is called the Besson, which was the bailiwick of the province Normandy until the French Revolution. During the Second World War, Baylor was the first city of the Battle of Normandy to be liberated, and on 16 June 1944 General Charles de Gaulle made the first of two major speeches in Bayeux in which he made clear that France sided with the Allies. The buildings in Baylor were virtually untouched during the Battle of Normandy, the German forces being fully involved in defending Caen from the Allies. The Baylor War Cemetery with its memorial includes the largest British cemetery dating from the Second World War in France. There are 4,648 graves, including 3,935 British and 466 Germans. Most of those buried there were killed in the invasion of Normandy. The Royal British Legion National, every 5 June at 1530 hours, attends the 3rd Division CEAN memorial service and beating retreat ceremony. On 6 June, it holds a remembrance service in Bayeux Cathedral starting at 1015 hours, and later at 1200 hours. The Royal British Legion National holds a service of remembrance at the Bayeux Cemetery. All services are open to the public. All standards are BLNVARN. Army RAF service and regimental associations are welcome to attend and parade. Details can be found at www.rblsom.org. The French town of Bayeux is also the home of a memorial to all of the journalists who have lost their lives while reporting. The memorial was designed by Samuel Craquelin, who is a French architect. The memorial lists the names of 1,889 journalists killed between 1944 and 2007. The memorial was established in Bayeux because of its historic liberation on 7 June 1944. Natural features. The River Ory flows through Bayeux, offering panoramic views from a number of locations. The Ory has a relatively high level of turbidity and the speed of its brownish water is moderate because of the slight slope of the watercourse. Although where it is narrow in places like the center of Bayeux, higher surface speeds are generated. In the center of Bayeux near the Bayeux Tapestry Museum, pH levels were measured at 8.35 and the electrical conductivity of water was tested at 37 microsiemens per centimeter. Turbidity was measured at 13 centimeters by the Secchi-Dusk method. At this point of reference, flows are generally of the order of 50 cubic feet per second. Population. The inhabitants of Bayeux are called Bayeuxains, Barjots, or Barjocases, Barocas. Sites. Bayeux is a major tourist attraction, best known to British and French visitors for the Bayeux Tapestry, made to commemorate events in the Norman conquest of England in 1066. According to the legend, the tapestry was made by Reine Matilda, wife of William the Conqueror. In fact, it may have been designed and woven in England. It is displayed in a museum in the town centre. The large Norman Romanesque and Gothic Cathédrale Notre-Dame de Bayeux, consecrated in 1077, was arguably the original home of the tapestry where William's half-brother Odo of Bayeux would have had it displayed. The Jardin Botanique de Bayeux is a botanical garden dating from 1864. Personalities. Muriel Barbary, writer. Berengar II of Neustria, Count of Bayeux. Roger Bielousov, sculptor and writer. Frédéric Hennier, footballer. Alain Chartier, politician and poet. Pierre du Bosq, preacher. Frank Dumas, footballer and coach Stade Malherbe de Caen. Jean-Élie Dupont, senator and former mayor. Arcissa de Cormont, archaeologist, founded the Société des Antiquaires de Normandie. François de Cormont, designer and painter. Miss George, actress and mistress of Napoleon. Georges Lenapu, inventor and master glassmaker. François Gerard, painter and member of Bayeux. Jean Grémion, film director. Joachim Rupp, painter. Edouard Lair de Beauvais, architect. Alfred Laird de Beauvais, organist and composer. Robert Lefebvre, painter. Lionel Lemonchois, navigator. Elia Couteau Lesieux, violinist. Damien Letulla, Olympic archer. Gabriel Narcisse Rapalli, painter. Saint Marcouf, saint born in Bayeux, best known for the healing of scrofula. Eric Navat, jockey. Popper of Bayeux, wife of Rollo. Saint Vigor, bishop of Baylor from 513 to 537, destroyed a pagan temple in Bayeux. William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, King of England. Exuperius, Archbishop of Toulouse. Alfred Georges Regner 1902–1987, painter-engraver. International relations. Bayeux is twinned with